Okay, we're back on looking at number 6 again. Okay, and remember, don't freak out. You guys know how to multiply fractions. Okay, this just looks a little different because it's the fill in the blank. All right, so looking just here at the problem, 8 times 1/4. Well, when we multiply fractions or we multiply a whole number by a fraction, we have to write that whole number as a fraction. So how many of you remember what the denominator is for the whole number? Or what do we write our whole number over? We write it over 1. That way we can multiply straight across. 8 times 1 on top, 1 times 4 on the bottom. So when we look at filling in our denominator, well, what's our denominator? It's going to stay the same throughout the problem. If it's 4 over here and 4 here, our denominator is going to stay the same. So it's going to be a 4. Now we have that 1/4 here, okay, that we see 1/4 hour. They wrote the 1 over the 4, and our whole number. Our whole number is 8. 8 times 1 is 8. I hope you guys are doing this with me. 4 stays the same. So we have 8/4, which I'm sorry, I hope you can see that. For some reason, it's kind of hard to see, isn't it? Okay, hopefully that's better. So this is an improper fraction. Our numerator is greater than our denominator. So anytime that happens, we have an improper fraction, we have to divide. 8 goes in our den, 4 is our divisor. How many 4s can go into 8? We count by our 4s, 4, 8. 2 4s can go into 8. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 2 hours. So 8 times the 1/4 of an hour, that remember, fourth of an hour is that 15 minutes we found out. 8 times the 1/4 hour is 2 full hours. Okay, when we look at number 7, okay, anytime you're doing these types of problems, you want to say, okay, they're looking for how many weeks. Okay, weeks to days. How many weeks are in 588 days? Okay, we know 588 days. It tells us what we have to do here. We're going to be dividing. It's really important you make sure you divide this problem somewhere where you have a lot of space. So if you need to get out your whiteboard, you can pause and get out your whiteboard. Or if you can find a spot on your page to work out this problem, that works for me too. I'm going to write my 588 here and divide it by 7. Get out your multiple sheet. You should already have it out. As we look at our first digit, 5 divided by 7. Can we do that? Can we take 5 pencils and divide it among 7 students? No. So we're not just going to look at the 5 anymore, and we can't just move on to the 8. We have to look at the 5 and the 8 together. Looking at 58, what's 58 divided by 7? I might look on my multiple sheet, or I might know that 7 times 7 gives me 49, which is pretty close. But I think we can get closer. What's 7 times 8? 56. So 58 divided by 7 is 8. That gives us 56. We subtract, and we bring down. Our new number, 28. 28 divided by 7. Think of your 7s, 7, 14, 21, 28. 28 divided by 7 is 4. It works out perfectly. 4 times 7 is 28. Subtract, and we get 0. We get 84 weeks. Okay, now you need to get out the homework assignment. So that would be our homework and practice 10.5. Put your name on it. Okay, the whole top part is just going over, reminding you we're going to be adding time. We're going to be multiplying time. Subtracting time and dividing time. So when we look at numbers 1 through 9 on this front page, I want you to circle all of them. These are going to be our homework problems. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now remember, it's okay if you don't understand everything today. Tomorrow we'll be meeting as a group and we can go over these. I'm going to be there for homework help. So if you don't understand 3, 6, and 9, or there's 3 problems that you tried but you don't know if they're correct, I'll go over those with you, okay? We're going to start with 6 and 8, and then the rest of the time is going to be yours to try them on your own. Number 6, we're subtracting. And that's why I highlighted what was on the bottom, because I want to remember that if there's more on the floor, I have to go next door. So I've got 5 decades, 4 years, and 3 months. Take away 2 decades, 5 years, and 6 months. 3 take away 6 is where I start on the right. And I can't do that. So I don't go all the way over to 5 decades. I just go right next door. Go next door to borrow 1. 4 years would become 3. Okay, the tricky part about this is that you can't just add 10 to 3. If I'm taking away 1 year, 1 year, let's look up here, is equal to how many months? 12. I have to add 12 months to my 3, because it's not like I got rid of 3 months. I'm gaining another 12 months. So 12 months and 3 months makes a total of 15 months. So my problem, 15 months, take away 6 months, would give me 9 months. And you can abbreviate. Good. 3 years, take away 5 years. Can you take away 5 years from 3? No. So you go over to decades. We borrow 1 decade. So 5 decades becomes 4 decades. Well, let's look up here. Remember, 1 decade equals 10 years. So this is a little bit easier. If we take 1 decade away, we're adding how many years? We're adding 10 years to 3. 10 and 3 make 13. 13, take away 5, is 8. And we can just put Y-R-S. And then 4, take away 2, is 2. D-E-C. So we've got 2 decades, 8 years, and 9 months. Nice job. Let's look at number 8. That multiplication of fractions. Okay, what is 8 times 3/4 of an hour? Well, you all know, and you're super good at this. What do we write our 8 over? Write it over 1. Multiply straight across. 8 times 3. 1 times 4. I'm going to write it right here. 8 times 3 is 24. 4 times 1 is 4. Can we leave our answer as 24/4? That's the right answer, but can we leave it like that? No. It's improper, so we have to divide. 24 divided by 4. You guys should be able to think. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. 6 times 24 divided by 4 is 6 hours. Okay? Make sure on all of these subtraction problems, if there's more on the floor, go next door. Make sure you look at your conversions so that you do your borrowing correctly. Okay? And like I said, you have any questions, don't stress today. We'll go over it again tomorrow. Okay? See ya.